everybody, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio and welcome to my catalog unboxing. So I've taken this stuff out because over time, once my daughter got a real job, well actually her real job right now, I just texted her a little bit ago and I said, please come do my catalog unboxing with me. It was so much more fun when the two of us could do it, when she was when she was a teacher, when she was working in retail, or when she was in college. But now she has a real job, but her real job now is taking care of the baby. And it wasn't fitting in with the feeding and her shower schedule. So I'm doing it alone. And I have found that when I do it by myself, to kind of get through it without a ton of chit chat, I get it all out, I kind of stack it up. And as I'm doing it, I'm like, well, shoot, I thought I ordered this, and well, I thought I ordered this. So there are a couple of things that are missing. There's always stuff that I don't know what it goes with. This year, and I'll explain why in a second, even a little bit more confusing because of the online exclusives that we were able to get. So I can't decide if I want to sit down or stand up because I'm not stamping. So sometimes when I sit down, I feel like I'm too close to the stuff. But then if I stand up, I put it too close to you. So I'm going to address a couple of things, 3 things, I guess, before I get started. One, because I will post this and I will get some not so nice messages, usually those are private, on how did I get my stuff so fast? How do I have a catalog? So one, if you go to OnStage and you are a demonstrator, you get your catalog. If you are a demonstrator, you can go online today, March 17th at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, and look at the catalog, and you can start to pre-order on the 25th. So all of that information is always available to you as a demonstrator. You shouldn't have to ask other demonstrators because we're all grown-ups, right? So you could go to the website and find out all the information there. The reason I got it so fast is because we can place a pre-order while we are at OnStage. I think we can still do it today, which I'm hoping, because like I said, I thought I got some things and they're not in here. It's really hard when you're tired, you're talking to your girlfriends, you're in bed, in your jammies up with your satin pillowcase and your laptop, and you're sliding. And we don't have a paper that we can cross off what we got. So, because you don't have your printer there. So that is how I have my stuff already, and the reason I have it so fast is because I paid for overnight shipping. So any of you that went on stage, if you wanted to fork over overnight shipping, then you can do that. So that's those questions. And if you still ask me, and that's just going to prove to me that you didn't listen to the start of my video, because every time I get hundreds of those questions and I'm like, why am I answering these over and over and over? So it's because I was on stage. So let's start with that. And then I have this cute shirt, and the reason I got it, so I just said a non-YouTube word, I will put it back in my throw these out. That's a much more YouTube acceptable way to say how I got this. So some of us got these at OnStage. So I was lucky enough to get one, and I was lucky enough to change for closer to my size. If you are my customer and you are in Card Club, or you have spent $50 with me since January of this year, because the cost of postage keeps going up, I can't send these to just everybody because I pay for them and then I pay for postage. And so when you don't place an order, it's just money out of my pocket that is never recouped. So I'm more than happy to send them to those of you that are my customers and in Card Club. But if you're new to Stampin' Up, or you're a demonstrator, a lot of us are retiring. So if your demonstrator has retired, or your demonstrator no longer contacts you, I'm more than happy to send you one. So contact me to find out how to get one. So that's how to get one. And then here are the new in colors. So we have Cloud Cover, Strawberry Slush, which is a returning, Darling, Duckling, Timid Tiger, and Secret Sea. So if you're interested, like if you're looking at this and you're saying, well, that's pumpkin pie, or you're looking at this and you're saying that's wild wheat, you might be looking at this and saying, well, that's strawberry slush, because it is. I just posted a video already, because this year we were fortunate and they gave us a packet of the paper to take home. Now, if you're saying I didn't get the packet of cardstock to take home, you had to sign up for the after hours event. It was included in that. Here are the stamp pads. So you can go watch that video and you can learn all about the colors and see them compared to some current colors. So there's those. So now let's look at the really fun stuff. I mean, the colors are fun, right? But I already did those. Been there, done that this morning. Gotta get all this stuff off the table. One of the things that I thought 100% that I ordered was, I knew I didn't get the turtle bundle, but I thought I thought for sure I got the turtle paper. But if you want to see the turtle paper, I have the turtle scrapbook workshop kit. That's a tongue twister. I have that in the other video as well with the colors, so you can go see, not a whole one, just pieces of it, but it shows you some of the paper. So if I can still order today, and I haven't moved on to mom mode after this, I'm stopping work mode and moving to mom mode. But I will see if I can order it. Otherwise, I have to wait till the 25th, just like everybody else. This is bordered ribbon, and look how beautiful it is. Shaded spruce and soft seafoam. So if the turtles don't do it for you, don't just not look at the suite. Here, I have an open packet of these. Watch me knock over all my pileys. Look how pretty these are. So even if you don't like turtles, you gotta love these, right? Look how pretty these are. Look at those on a Christmas card or on something with ferns. I'm showing you my very favorite thing at the end because I can't wait to open it, and I'm gonna make myself wait till the end. So if you want to see my very favorite thing, and it might end up being my very favorite thing in my 30 years with Stampin' Up. When we very first saw it, I was like, that is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And if you were there, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Okay, these are random. I have no idea what they go with. They are holographic resin dots. Couldn't piece them together. It could go with something that I also thought that I could have and don't have. I'm gonna have to piece it back together if I have some time. And then if you watched my in color thing, I told you there were a couple of things that were still in my suitcase that I forgot to bring in here. These are the Celebration Memories and More card pack. I'm not gonna open those because they'll just make a mess on my desk. So let's get a couple of the little bundles because I can move those quickly. So here's popping by. Popping in to say hello, and then how about no one's butter than you? I might be able to get this without cutting it. So I haven't opened the dies yet, but look at their little popcorn faces. Little popcorn guy down there, and then here are the dies. It's hard for me to do these. It was easier with Carissa because there was banter, because I start thinking ahead, because I'm like, am I going to use this in my try it class? Is it going to show up in card club? So look, you can put little feet on them, you can cut them out solid, they can have stuff. There's a little film strip, and there's some sunglasses because all the little popcorn guys need some sunglasses, right? Adorable. So if you hear me talk about my try it class, which you will, and over the next couple of weeks, registration will open later this week. It is where we try it all, just as the name implies. So we will do 10 projects together online, and each project will feature a new paper, a new ribbon, a new embellishment, new colors, new folders, new punches, new dies. You do not have to have anything but a sentiment if you want to add it later. There's no stamping involved, just anything you want to add later. You need adhesives. Everything is die cut, pre-cut, so you'll just need to score it. So this, I posted pictures online while we were on stage of some fabulous samples. They were so cute. So it's called Notes and Totes, but it does like a Land's End or a Sperry if you're my generation. You know, back before girls had backpacks, if you went to college, when I did, and we didn't have a backpack, or back in the day when we went to convention, we didn't have backpacks because girls did not carry backpacks, but we had the fun Sperry Land's End bag. This creates it. So you can go to my Facebook page or my Instagram and see some samples made with it. Has sunglasses. It will do a fence. It will do beach things. It will do workout things. It will do shopping things. This does a card front, or it will do a 3D little bag that you can put chocolates or a gift card in. So it has like Newsflash, you're fabulous. It has So Grateful, a true story. Now, if you want to put chocolate or a gift card, you can do You Earned It. Super cute little bundle. I think this is just a bundle. So here's another little note. I'm going to show you some stuff, and then you're going to get your catalog, and you're going to say, I can't find blah, blah, blah. And that's part of the reason I stopped trying to put these suites together, because I also couldn't find blah, blah, blah. Because some of these will be online exclusives that start in May. And as we know, online exclusives are not in the catalog. So look at this little guy. He's called Party Piggy, and it says, what's shaking, bacon? Well, I better do the dice first. So you can see his head and his body are not attached. This one may need Sometimes I can open these without my snips. Are you like that too? And other times I need them. So these tiny little die set, and it will do the little banners, the little party hat, his head and his body, but then it also will cut a circle here, and then you can add a little shaker. How about I am so proud of you? That goes right there on top, and then these super cute little shakers go inside. So if you're interested in my Try It class, it does fill. And this year I probably am going to close registration sooner than ever because we're going on the Stampin' Up! Disney trip in May. It's smack in the middle of May. And so in order for me to, these are so hard for me to open. I always hand them to my girlfriends. In order for me to get both the Try It class out and my card club in a timely fashion, we need to start cutting as soon as I can start getting product, which we can't get all of this. Look how simply fabulous those are. They've got little shapes and little, these are, oh, now my table's gonna look simply fabulous. Little like cylinders of partiness. Super cute. But I am gonna close it earlier than ever. So I will limit the number. I have a couple of the ones, maybe 2 packages from the past mini catalog that are available. And some of my other classes will go up on my clearance corner soon. Maybe next week. We'll see how I like to make room before I phase myself out of my own space with all my stuff. This looks like that could go with that, but they're not a bundle. But they would be cute on the same card. Okay. Then I thought the pig was a punch. So imagine my surprise when I couldn't find the pig punch. I thought that this was, but this is a punch. It's a sweet jar. I also had samples of this. And look, if we had gotten it just a couple of days earlier, it has, you can fill it with some little shamrocks. You can, this confused me. You can fill it with candles, but I'm like, aren't they going to go out when you put the lid on your jar? We'll have to look at it. So it does say luck. Sending a little luck, I guess, is that. And it's got hearts, but the best one is the chocolate chip cookies. So you can fill it with chocolate chip cookies. You can fill it with hearts. But who doesn't love a good jar punch? And there's other things that you can use it for. You can fill it with candies or jelly beans. These can be candies. You could make it into peppermints, obviously. You can make it into sprinkly things if they're not chocolate chip cookies. So that is fun. Some of this, I'm tempted to say this might be an online exclusive, and then I'm certain to tell you wrong, so I'm just not going to say it. This is Pretty Florals. I think this is the cover of the catalog. So I'm fairly certain this is not an online exclusive, but it is a big sweet. No, this is the front of the catalog, because this is one that they also did at On Stage. So Sweet Blooms stamp set, and then the dies. Look how pretty those are. So this is the in color. You know, I don't know if you notice, there's often a theme to the catalog. And there's always one suite that has the new in colors. So that would be this one. So you can see the new in colors there. Although I think that this is the one where they said there may be like 16 of our colors in the papers, because when you work with the florals. So this one cuts out the word lovely and bloom. And then it cuts out those. So that is the first of the 2 stamp sets. I'm being very good in putting this stuff up because I was very bad before I went to On Stage. I always make myself some new bracelets before every Stampin' Up! Event. And I have, if you could see behind me, I was not good before I left because I ran out of time. And I have beads absolutely everywhere. So if I want to have any chance of working in here this week, I got to keep this clean, so I have some place to clean those up. So this one's called Pretty Florals. I think some people may have won this one at On Stage. I can't remember. I was on Price Patrol, which is super fun to make people stay. But it also means that I wasn't paying a huge amount of attention. I was just making sure people got their prizes. Now this is my favorite part, because you know I love the paper, because that is what is my class. Put that on top of the jar. My favorite one is Getting Buried, but I won't forget because I can't wait to open that paper with you. So this is Florals in Bloom. The next one coming up, I'll tell you when I get to it. I'm just going to take these out. You know, I buy those 12 by 12 plastic containers, and these will go right in it when I'm done. So you can see all the different flowers, and I know there are dies that will cut some of these out. So in Try It class, we go through all of the papers together, and I will show you. This is my favorite piece. Last night, oh, no, it was on the plane. I was looking at this piece trying to decipher, you know, in the tiny little piece, what colors they were, because that is obviously, it's kind of like a summer version of my colors. This speaks to me. I like bright colors, but I like them a little bit muted, and that's right up my wheelhouse. So super pretty, and the other sides are really pretty too. I love a packet where both sides, I love that, because you know, me and my greens. This, look, if you don't like the turtles, and you don't want the turtle paper, those are not the turtles, but those are gonna work. I was gonna say, maybe these go with this, but no, I just showed you the ones that went with it, but look at that. This is why it's hard for me to do these, because I already have like 20 card ideas in my head. There's never enough time for the number of cards that you could create with all of this fun stuff. Okay, now this one I'm 99% certain is an online exclusive, except I'm not sure that all the stuff that I put in here is, because I couldn't look in the catalog because it's not in the catalog. But it is called, I think it's called Something Abloom. Impressions Abloom. So if you remember, who remembers Happiness Abloom a few years ago, where this stuff went in stripy colors like that? I'm going to start with the paper because I'm going to see, that's what it reminded me of. Partly because of the way it looks, and partly because it was called Happiness Abloom. And that year I made lots. I don't tend to do slimline cards, but I did a lot that year because I was always like, well, which piece of this paper do I cut off when it's this beautiful? I kept wanting to put all of the colors on one. That's part of the reason I remember it. So here's, it's so pretty, so summery. Oh, look at that. That would make some great fall cards. I'd love to know. And when I did these with my daughter, we would do them live. Because between the two of us, I don't do very many lives. They're just not my thing. But one of us could be in the comments while the other one was doing something. But you can still tell me in the comments what you would like to see me stamp with first this week. I'm going to do the first project for my Try It class, and then I'll do a couple of other things, but then I always move back to stuff that you can buy now. And we should get a last chance list. You've already seen these. I don't know why I opened them, because I wasn't thinking. I already have these because I got them for our stamp night, and I'm going to figure out some way to do some kind of a prize, whether or not it's for my team or whether or not it's for my customers, or maybe card club. I don't know. I'm going to give this set away because I have 2 of them. It's nothing like starting the new catalog year off and having 2 of something as soon as you go, right? But we got this. I picked it for my stamp night, and then I didn't know that it was also a pre-order, because that's how I roll sometimes. These are the Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems, and I'm pretty certain they go with this as the foiled frames and labels. I think these all go together, and then I think there was this ribbon, because it's gold. That's why I feel like it goes with this. There's not a whole lot of ribbon in the catalog. There is ribbon in all of the new in colors, but they tend to put the ribbon these days in the minis and then with the online exclusives, which works well for Card Club because it keeps it all fresh for me all the time. So all you girls are always getting something fresh. But this is like, we had silver of it earlier. So now we have gold, and I love me some gold. I love working with gold foil. If you're in Card Club, you know we often get gold foil die cuts or things that I've run through the folder. So I have no idea, straight up gonna tell you the truth. I have no idea if this folder goes with it, but it's pressed flowers, and there's lots of flowers in this, so I thought maybe. I didn't see what else it was going with, but that's the design. And how pretty would that be in the gold foil? But if you don't want to press your own foil, then you can get this, which is the Flower Garden Foils. and still in the catalog. I know a lot of times just as much as what's coming is what stayed. Is there's still the distressed foils that we currently have and the silver and gold. So we didn't lose any of those. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of what foils come and go, but those basic ones are all in there. So you can see these. We have silver and flowers and silver kind of in a grid, pink and flowers and pink in the grid, and then red and flowers and red in the grid. So there's that. Move this out of the way because this is not a good stack that I have going here with the ribbon in it. Let's swap it over. Whoops, lost my folder. I'm always paranoid after these. Well, here, while I have this, for those of you that want to see the turtles, since I apparently did not buy them, move this out of the way. There is, for those of you that like the two-tone cardstock, there's two-tone in all of our colors now. So here is the paper for the turtles. And if I can still order it today and if I get my gear together, I will do it. Now this was interesting because I thought that I saw this in the catalog. This is called Tears and Sips. So I went to see if perhaps these went with it or the gold ribbon. And there is a scrapbooking workshop kit or a scrapbooking of something. I don't scrapbook a lot. So I didn't pay a whole lot of attention, but that is where you'll see this in the catalog. There is a coordinating set that's for scrapbooking that goes with this. And then up in the little corner, it says see online for a coordinating suite. So you can, this is way tiny up in the top right-hand corner. I had not noticed that at all. To be honest, I looked at the catalog. I've gone through it once, and that was on the plane, and I was tired. We had a whole row to ourselves on the flight home, so you know, I slept from the time we took off till the time we landed. Here's Tears and Sips. So I was looking at the catalog before we took off. So it will make, I can't wait to do like a wavy glass for a Mai Tai or do it in gold because my mom got me some vintage cocktail glasses, more this shape, so I can work that on there. But we have some celery for a Bloody Mary. We can add some mint and do oh, how fun would this be to add the mint and do this in copper and put it through a folder and do a mule. That's my summer drink of choice. Add your little lime up there, but you can do an umbrella drink. Super cute. So I'm looking forward to that one. See, I would scrapbook that, but my idea of a mule out by the pool is me reading. So on the weekends, my husband and the kids have one. Well, our adult children. But I'm not taking pictures of me out by the pool. So here's the paper. I haven't even looked at it. Like I didn't, because now I realize because it was an online exclusive, I didn't even see the paper really. So again, it's called Celebratory Sips. We have some sangria. We have some lavender drinks. I love me a good lavender drink. Oh, and Perennial Lavender is still in the catalog. I can't remember the name of it. The gold foil and the red green, the two greens and the red foil that went with the Christmas suite this year, still in the catalog. The Country Woods will still be in the catalog. So lots of things of our favorites remained. This is my favorite piece. It looks like the giant one that we had a couple of years ago of the 6x6 pack. That one's fun. That one, you know, summer's my season. These make me want summer. My daughter's office. That's where and this is the new color, Secret Seed. I don't know why I can't remember that one. It's laying here. Secret Seed. That's where they are our financial planners. They do a Blackberry party every summer. I think they will like that paper. So there's that. I think that we are down. I don't know. The way I've moved this stuff around. I think I'm to my favorite. If I miss something, I will re-show it when I order the next thing. So I'm going to do the paper last. So this is called Beautiful Gallery. When you see I would wallpaper my wall with this, just one wall, if I could figure out a way to get it up there. But when you see the spread that they've done with it in the catalog, you too. If this is your style, I realize it's not everybody's style, but it is mine. And I know a lot of you, obviously, that are in my card club and stuff. My style must be one that semi-appeals to you. This is the Damask Designs folder. It just puts a fun pattern in it. This is, and I haven't decided if I'm going to have it be card club or if I'm going to do a free online class with it, because when I do it that way, then I can pick something else for card club, but more of you can also do it. So when I do those, you purchase the suite and then you just get the class for free. So I will let you know when before the catalogs go live. I let you know at least the next couple of months, those of you, especially in card clubs, so you can kind of plan what you get. So this shreds really well. It's basic beige. Obviously, you can color it. These are pressed flowers. It's little pressed flowers in kind of a bronze. Here's the beautiful motifs, and it has a damask print in it. And here's where the words are for the set. Here's the beautiful motifs. I gotta get my Irish bread going. I have a book from Ireland, an Irish cookbook, and it tells me in this particular recipe, which is our favorite, and it takes all flours from Ireland, which, love you Irish girls, they're not the same as our ones. But at the end, the last thing it says is make sure you cut an X from the top to let the fairies out. So I have to make sure to do that. But I need to get my bread in the oven, and I need to get my cake in the oven. And the cake is very American, but it's green, and it's my daughter's favorite. I would rather have an Irish dessert, but we're going to have a little bit of Irish coffee, don't worry. And I know the corned beef and cabbage thing is an American twist on Irish food. I would rather have shepherd's pie or something, but my family loves some corned beef and cabbage. So here are the dice that go with the words. So I have cards going in my head. I have classes going in my head. I have cooking going in my head. A fun fact was apparently there's some kind of challenge going on where you try to get your husband to do a task and then explain to people while he's doing the task how the two of you met. And apparently men can't talk and do two things at once, or tell a story, which I don't know if I find that incredibly shocking. And it's not all men, but it explains why there's fewer men demonstrators, maybe. This is Gallery Blooms. So the guys that we have are demonstrators are apparently super talented. Not only are they creative, they can talk and do. Now wait till you see this. Oh, I can't even wait to look at every paper. So it's the beautiful Gallery 6x6 paper. Just the top one's gorgeous. Isn't this pretty? They all look like they are paintings. I don't even want to show you the other side because I don't know how I'll ever use the other side. Sometimes I force myself because I feel like they made it, I should use it. I don't even know why they bothered. So, oh look, I could just make this into a necklace and wear it today. So we have this one. So you can see how you can add the motifs. You can put it through the damask to make it look more like a watercolor. We'll flip to the other sides in a minute. I mean, you can see it speaks to me. If I had made the bracelets that I wore to on stage, they would be matching perfectly. It looks like, well, it kind of reminds me of maybe it's the Museum of Nature in Ireland. Since it's St. Patrick's Day, we'll throw back to that. We went to St. Patrick's Day, or to Ireland on the 18th because it was too expensive to fly in on the 17th a few years ago. But that looks like their museum. Now this piece here was the backdrop that they stood behind. So I'll let you take that in. Is that not just gorgeous? So in the catalog, they have they just cut little pieces and they've put it in those tiny little frames that are so on trend right now. And I love that the variety, like this very old, this one's just kind of a matte. This one's more hand-drawn. So there's all kinds of things that you can do with it. They're just great assortment. And then we will flip it over. I feel like sometimes, I just picked up more than that. So I did post a couple of cards, and some of you asked me if it was a kit or if it was a paper or if it had been stamped. I think this was one of them, and they just cut it and they put a little greeting, and you're good. So if you need a fast card, let's look at the backs. I mean, who's going to use that when this is your front? Really? They should have just left it white. That one's fun, though. That one's got a little map, old-fashioned map on it. Yeah, I'll skip it. I know they had to. That one's got at least the damask print in it. And with the 6x6, you know, you often get the 2-inch strip if you're doing a US 4x5 1/4 front. That one's pretty because of the ombre. There's a little damask in that. Oh, that one's beautiful. That one's quite lovely. But who wants to chop this one up? That would make a really pretty Christmas card to paint some Wink Stella on it and maybe add just a couple of little glimmer snowflakes and you're done. And I mean, who's going to cut this thing up? Oh my goodness. That's not another side. That's the side. Yeah, that's definitely another side. But I don't know. How do you cut this up? People ask me if I do paper shears. This one wouldn't be so terrible because it's a 6x6. But cutting the paper sometimes is a little heartbreaking. I let my husband do it. That one's... Yeah, this looks a lot like some of our other scene paper, so I could go with that one. We'll call this the side. Yeah, that one's a hard one too. So there you go. If you are interested in getting a catalog, if you want to let me know what you want me to create with first, tell me. If you want to join my team, because if you join my team, then as soon as you get your number, you can go on and you can have a little look of the stuff that is online, and you can purchase on the 25th. Otherwise, the catalog goes live early May 5th, maybe. It's not usually the first day of the month, so I'm not 100% certain. Registration for my Try It class will open soon. Card Club will be featuring. I went away for a little bit. This bundle, I'm not sure. I don't remember. I would tell you the name. I have no clue. I'm tired. Have a great one, guys. Bye.